are back with another video. Before we get into the video, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Now, Cardi B gets caught in her lies, okay? Botch and Bitter fans are extremely upset about Cardi B because she is promoting the new season of You, which is on Netflix. And while she did her promotion, she said, I gotta finish my album so I can watch the season You in peace. And a Cardi B fan said, finish your album. Wasn't it wrapped in a bow? I'm really tired. Your fans are tired of this. You're not being fair to us. Sorry. Another fan said, it's literally 2025. Society has progressed past the need for Cardi B anything. Oh my goodness. By the time she put that album out, she's not going to have any fans left. And then another fan said, I really do hate the fact that Cardi B acts more like an influencer than rapper. I want music from her that is on her album. And then also fans have been calling her pathetic. Okay, so she's been getting dragged by her lace front on social media because she said that she basically still working on her album and it's been 12 years. And here's the thing, Cardi B is scared to drop her album. I believe that she's scared to drop because one, she knows that it's not going to have the same success as Invasions of the Facelift. She knows that Invasions of the Payola was pushed because of the Nicki Minaj hate train. But if she wasn't beefing with Nicki Minaj, if the industry did not send her or push her to become a rapper to beef with Nicki, she wouldn't have a career. Another thing is a lot of big artists are dropping, later on this year, and she doesn't really want to drop while there's competition. She's not fooling me. Doechii Cat is dropping. Champagne Thickums is dropping another album. Also, Kung Fu Kenny is dropping music, and he's going on tour. Rihanna's supposed to be dropping. The Charps Us Racist is supposed to allegedly be dropping. So there's a lot of artists preparing to drop, and Cardi B believes that if she drops, there's going to be too much competition around. Okay? Doechii's dropping her album. She's the new favorite in the industry right now. So she got too much competition. Even Megan Thee Stallion, she's dropping Act 3. So with that being said, that is really the main reason why Cardi B is scared to put her album out. She's scared of the competition. She knows that she's not the favorite female rapper anymore. There's other rappers out, and that her beefing with Nicki Minaj is the only way she sells music. Now, moving on to Megan Thee Stallion. Now, I got some Meg and Doechii tea on Patreon, okay, about what's going on behind the scenes with Megan and Doechii. As we know, I told y'all that the industry is pushing Megan Thee Stallion out, and that's why they're fully backing Doechii. They're pushing Megan out. You're probably going to notice a difference, not necessarily now, but in the next, I would say 3 to 5 years, Megan might not be here musically. Okay. Now, with that being said, I'm hearing that Megan might try to follow the Doechii blueprint and do a critically acclaimed album or mixtape. Okay. Where people feel like she's more lyrical. I'm hearing that she wants to focus on being more lyrical for her next album, Act 3. And she's going to have some twerking, Poom Poom Shorts music. That's how you get the, TikTok records and the chart success. But Doechii is showing that you don't need to have chart success to be successful. Okay? Which a lot of the female rappers really don't get a lot of chart success. Okay? Even though they might get a big backing. But for what I'm hearing, Megan is seeing the love that Doechii is getting, and she wants to eventually win, hip hop album of the year. She won 3 Grammys, but she's never won hip hop album or rap album of the year. She's seeing the push that Doechii is getting, and so it's motivating her to be more lyrical for her next era. So that's what I'm hearing, that, she might be more vulnerable and lyrical the next era. And let's not also forget that, like I told y'all before, that Megan will be sending shots at her ops. Okay? I'm hearing that she is coming for Riri, Tory, Champagne Thickums. She gonna sneak this Nicki Minaj. Okay? She is coming back with a banger, I am hearing. Now, No Spice decided to preview some music because Scratch Off previewed some music yesterday. And it looks like she put the Icespxce down and she's not playing around. Let's take a listen to her next single she will be dropping.
She got thin, but she wanna get thick again. Shorty got back on her oats. He stay on my body, it's hard to get rid of her. He know that I like him the most. He taking me out and he spending a lot. I be in Louis and Lindsay a lot. I know they hate and they envy a lot. Bitch, I be popping and bitches be pop. They wanna know where I'm at, all over the map. And still I'm the talk of the town. Like fuck is they talking about? Bitch, I'm too lit to be walking around. Chanel, Prada, Gucci. But today it's Emilio Pucci. He wanna taste me, chase me, choose me. But I'm not a regular smoochie.
Okay, so Icespxce put the Icespxce down, and now she is not playing around. I think the song is still trash. I think Icespxce, unfortunately, you can't sell ass to me. You're a very beautiful girl with makeup, but is not giving what it's supposed to give lyrically or sonically. The song sounds trash. Now, one thing I did notice, she said that she is popping and B words went pop. Okay, now who is she talking about? I'm like, who went pop? Doechii definitely didn't go pop. That album she released is purely hip hop. And then Cardi B's not really releasing music, so I don't think Cardi B has went pop. Scratch Off just previewed a song and it was like a melodic rap type of record that could be deemed as pop. So I think she coming back throwing shots at Scratch Off. But their beef is boring. Okay, I think she got to go after somebody new because Scratch Off and her going back and forth just doesn't hit the same in my opinion. Now, moving on from that, Queen B's tour gets sabotaged. Somebody is definitely getting fired because there has been a leak in the camp. Somebody has taken pictures of Queen B's alleged tour setup. Okay, her tour stage setup for the Cowboy Carter World Tour. And it looks amazing. I'll be honest with you. It looks kind of blah, but maybe they not done yet. It looks kind of blah and boring. But I do like the stage. Okay. I feel like, this is probably going to be one of her best iconic tours of all time. But I feel like there's somebody in Devil Nation's camp and Parkland Entertainment's camp that is sabotaging Queen B. Didn't Kung Fu Kenny's, I think it was the Super Bowl stage setup, get exposed before he performed at the Super Bowl and the set list? I mean, there's got to be some snakes in the camp, because why are people linking Kung Fu Kenny and Queen Bee's tea? Now, I need somebody to link what songs are going to be performed at the Kung Fu Kenny and SZA's tour, though. I do need somebody to leak that, because at the end of the day, I want to make sure that they're performing songs that I like. Okay, I like GNX, but we don't need a full GNX set list. So I need somebody to leak that expeditiously. Okay, but don't say it was from me. Now, fans are accusing SZA of sneak dissing Champagne Thickums. Let's take a listen.
Because you're going to Toronto for 2 nights.
Yes, we are.
Are you worried about that at all?
Are you worried?
I'm not worried about it.
I wouldn't be either.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be so fun.
Yeah, but
are you going to come?
What if you know who shows up to the show in Toronto?
Well, who knows who? Who knows? Who know what?
The wizard will just wave his wand and he will disappear.
And that's what the man behind the curtain is curtain.
I can see Champagne Thickums sending his goons to try to punk Kung Fu Kenny while he goes to Toronto and performs at his Stadium World Tour. Something that Champagne Thickums has never done because he can't do stadiums. But with that being said, I think it would be a sad mistake. Didn't Champagne Thickums bodyguard get shot? I mean, do you really want the smoke with Compton niggas? I don't think so. You couldn't even handle the weekend. Like, no shade. You couldn't even handle the weekend. The weekend got your bodyguard shot and you didn't even step for your bodyguard. You didn't do nothing. You sued Universal and tried to blame Kung Fu Kenny. So what does SZA and Kung Fu Kenny need to be scared for? I feel like the only person really scared is Champagne Thickums. If you're not scared, come to LA. See, Kung Fu Kenny could do 2 shows in Toronto. But could you do 2 shows in LA? You haven't been to LA in a long time. Okay? Because you know you do not want the smoke. And Whackademics and Whack 100 cannot save you. 50 Cent cannot protect you from anybody in LA. So you don't have no allies out there like that. So that's why you haven't been. Kung Fu Kenny can go anywhere he wants. Because he's doing it now. He's doing a world tour. He don't care about nothing. He's going to Toronto. So, at the end of the day, I think that Champagne Thickums is probably more scared. I don't think that Kung Fu Kenny and SZA care at all because they're going to have protection. And the Crips and Bloods are going to protect Kung Fu Kenny and SZA. Now, there is a debate about who is the best female rapper performer. Okay? Well, I think it's obvious that it's never going to be Gorilla Glue. And Cardi B barely performs because she doesn't even have really a discography. She only got 1 album. Okay? She hasn't even done a world tour, so she's out. You know, I've seen Doja Cat live. So I would have to say Doja Cat definitely up there. I seen Nicki Minaj live too. I enjoyed her at the Pink Friday 2 tour. I've never seen Megan live, but I've seen Megan perform and it seems like it's mostly twerking. So I don't get that. Doechii, I think, is a fire performer too. Her Grammy performance was immaculate. Okay? So I feel like there's really only 4 people you could really mention. And I'll be honest with you, I think Doechii and Doja Cat probably would take the lead. But I think Doja Cat, she had more years in the game than Doechii. No shade. She just got a little bit more years in the game. And I think her discography is more mainstream. In my opinion, I'd rather go to a Doja Cat or Nicki Minaj concert than a Doechii concert because they have more hits. Okay? So, you know, they have that over Doechii. But Doechii can perform. She just don't have enough hits under her belt. Okay, so there's really only 3 people that you really could say when it comes to performing. There's really only 3 people. It would be Doechii because she can sing, dance, and rap, and she has breath control, but she don't have hits. Doja Cat can do all of that and has hits, and Nicki Minaj, same thing. Now, moving on from that, Rolling Stone put out an article that said the online Doechii hate is unwarranted. Okay? They said the pushback the rapper has received is largely based on misconceptions, misogyny, and prejudice. They wrote in the article, if the disdain is strictly about not liking the music, that's fine. Okay, which I can understand why people don't like Doechii's music. I like some of Doechii's music, but I don't like everything. They said no one has to enjoy everything, but the loudest online discourse feels more like projections, misogyny, queerphobia, colorism, and fundamental misunderstanding of how the industry works. She's often faced commenters calling her an industry plant and attacks that popped up again this weekend when a clip from a recent First We Feast appearance went viral, okay? And I think that was from that clip where she said a red flag was a man or straight men, and people were upset about that, which I can understand why a lot of male rap fans were upset, because they probably are her audience, so it kind of comes off divisive. But I low-key think that she was trolling, okay? I think that she was trolling low-key. But I will say this. I do think Doechii gets a lot of hate on social media, but I don't think it's really the people outside that are hating on her. I think it's a lot of stan pages and people that probably, downstairs in their basement waiting on their Twitter check, okay? And a lot of times I see that people think that if they get a hit tweet and they go viral, that can captivate their career. I see that a lot on social media. So I think people are just kind of trolling. Doechii doesn't really translate into how people feel about her in the real world. I think once she puts out her album and goes on tour, she'll get a lot of love. And then also another thing is that if you ain't got no haters, you ain't popping. I think it's a good thing for Doechii to get hate. That shows that, people are watching her. If you don't get no hate on social media, you not popping, period. Okay? That's what brings in the coin. That what brings in the controversy and people staying in tune is people hating. Okay? It's a good thing nowadays to be disliked because it causes a lot of controversy. If you ain't got no haters, you ain't popping. I don't think that this is really gonna end her career because people are trolling her online. Okay? Do I think she's going through a hate train? No. But I think that people feel like she probably doesn't deserve her spot because No Shade, her mixtape didn't have any hits. It was a good mixtape, but it had no hits. So I think people are confused as to how she's this big without having a hit record. So that's why people are probably, suspicious of her success. But I think on her album, she's going to have a few hits. Now, speaking of that, it has been reported that Doechii is rumored to be featured on Megan Thee Stallion's upcoming Act 3. Okay? And if you guys been on my Patreon, I got some real tea on Doechii and Megan. But I can see Megan working with Doechii because she worked with Cardi B and Gorilla Glue when they were red hot. Let's be very clear. That's one thing Megan Thee Stallion is good for, is that she can work with artists that are very popular when she sees that they have steam. Okay? Now, the only artist she hasn't done that with is Icespxce, and I think that was because Icespxce kind of aligned herself with Nicki Minaj very quickly when she became mainstream. That's the issue. But because Icespxce no longer aligns herself with Nicki, things might change. Now, moving on from that, the divorce has settled between Iman and Teyana Taylor. It was finalized due to her new relationship with Aaron Pierre. With that being said, Teyana is receiving 4 houses valued at over $10 million, one-time 7-figure payment, various luxury vehicles, including a $300,000 Maybach, $70,000 Mercedes Sprinter, and a tour bus. She also retains 100% ownership of her companies. Iman is obligated to provide $8,000 per month in child support for their daughters and cover the full cost of their private school education. Now, a lot of people are saying, this is not fair. Teyana was smart. She had an infidelity clause when they got married, which means that, if you cheat, you're going to have to cough up a coin. Okay, that's why she probably getting that one-time payment. Okay, that one-time 7-figure payment. And I don't blame Teyana because he's been cheating on her for years. So it is what it is. She was cheating too, but at least she wasn't dumb enough to get caught. So donkey of the day to Iman, and winner of the day is Teyana. Okay, especially now that she in her new newfound relationship with Aaron Pierre. But anyway, I got some hot tea on Patreon. Link will be in the description. Have a great day.